I'm sorry to say that 2 days after we recorded this episode, Cora's grandmother passed away. She was 101 years old, and everybody is very upset that she passed so soon, which I feel says a lot about how she lived her life, if 101 is too soon. There was some discussion as to whether we wanted to release this podcast as it was, or if we wanted to edit certain parts of it out, or if we even wanted to release it at all. Ultimately, we decided to release it as it is, as a sort of tribute, and also because she would be very annoyed if she was any bother to us. Here's the episode. Thank you for watching. Here's a kitty cat. Here's a kitty cat. Look at his face. Look at his face.
Oh, look at the face.
Look at his face.
I didn't realize you were recording.
He's like, don't show my face to everybody, man.
Hi.
Hi.
No, I want to start.
Hi.
You started last time.
You did start.
But it's not hi.
It might be. Maybe this week it's hi.
All right. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
No, I don't like that.
Hi.
Hello.
Howdy.
And welcome back to Talking with Kitties. She is girlfriend.
He is boyfriend.
This is Pusser friend.
And Gizzard friend is back there doing something. Oh, she
That's
is
a pose. She's doing cleaning yoga.
cleaning yoga. Yeah. So.
So it was kind of an uneventful week this week because she was down and feeling crappy for most of the week.
Yes.
So our first week of productivity
Was not very productive.
kind of fell
Or
flat.
had very little productivity, had very little productive and had lots of no activity.
No activity at all. And then when she started
Lots
finally,
of no activity.
that's
That's me.
then she started feeling better on cleaning day on Friday. And about halfway through the day, she's like, "Yeah, I need a job. This is terrible. I hate
So
this."
I got myself one.
Yeah. She's like, "I need an office job because I can't do this." And I was like, "Yeah, we're not done yet." She's like, "Ah."
I did get a job.
She did get a job.
I don't know when I'm going to start yet. I go in and fill out paperwork tomorrow.
Woo! What time tomorrow? Just any time?
She hasn't gotten back to me yet.
Sounds about right. Yep. She's
There's a
working
lot.
she's working for a nonprofit
Yeah, I'm excited.
with some of our friends.
Yeah.
It's funny. She had an interview. She had the interview on
Interview.
And what day was that?
It
it wasn't even an interview.
It was
She-
Thursday.
It was basically like
Thursday morning.
you went in and they told you what you were gonna like. This is kind of what
Yeah.
you'll be doing. But she's like, "Should I dress up? Should I dress formal?" And I was like, "You've gotten this girl trashed before. Are you really gonna worry about dressing all formal to go talk to someone that you have gotten drunk off their ass before?"
Yeah, it was funny because she came in and she wasn't like, she was in like cutoff shorts and a really cute shirt. She was like, "I normally dress more formally at work, but since we were there before they opened," she's like, I figured it was all right. And I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool." And then we spent the first 15 minutes of my interview discussing our love for Red Bull and Starbucks. So it's gonna be a good time. But yeah, so they didn't post the job. They had no other candidates.
They're like, "If you want it, it is yours."
Yeah, it was basically the board, who so happens to be made up of, a bunch of people, but my sister, one of my best friends, the leader of this group, which I have gotten drunk with.
What a group!
Becoming a good friend, I believe. They were like, "Oh my God, Cora would be perfect," when they decided that this was going to be a position they were going to open up. So it was offered to me, and I took about 2 days to think about it. I knew I was probably going to take it, but I needed to, weigh some options and figure some stuff out.
Absolutely. There's still some stuff we got to figure out.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I think it's a good move.
Yeah, I do too.
We'll go from there.
So yeah, I have a gerb.
But yeah, it's she's gonna be working for a nonprofit. She's gonna be office manager, office work, office thing. They said office manager, but that's not really a manager.
I'll be doing stuff in the office.
She'll be doing stuff.
Lots of organization. They have a bunch of stuff that needs organized.
I said before, I still think that once you get in there and they start seeing how you can just like pick stuff up and take stuff over, that you'll be getting more and more
Yeah.
responsibilities.
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah.
I
think it's a good move.
I think it's a good move. I'm excited.
Sketchy crew. Because like we said, it's your sister and one of your best friends.
Well, but they don't work there.
They're sketchy crew.
They don't work there. I'll be working with...
Oh my goodness, look at that. That's so
cute.
Let me see if I can get a picture of that.
So I'll be working with Becca and Threerin, but not really, because they don't work there. They're just part of the board. But it's going to be a good time. It's going to be me and like 3 other ladies in the office. So one of it, which is the one I had the interview with. Yeah. She's the director. So yeah, it's going to be fun, I think. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing how the job is going to progress as it goes. Mm-hmm. Because as of now, I think they're still trying to kind of figure out what it's all going to entail.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to like throw me in the mix and be like, you're going to do all this stuff. They want me to kind of take it easy and ease my way in. And I'm pretty excited to see.
Like they know you, but they don't actually know what you're capable of. So
yeah, well, because I've never really worked with any of them before. Yeah. They just know me.
So I mean, they don't realize they could probably just throw you in the deep end and you'll be good. So.
Yeah, but we'll get there.
Yeah,
so
they'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm filling out paperwork Monday. I'm guessing I'm going to start Tuesday or Wednesday, but I don't know for sure.
That way you don't have to clean anymore.
Yeah, I'm very much happier with him cleaning and me not having to.
I never said that you had to clean this week.
No, but I was going to help because I wasn't working, and that was the deal. If you're not working, you pick up the slack around the house. But
you still have to mow.
You're going to know.
But you like mowing.
I do, but it's hot.
It's not hot.
It's been raining like crazy. You know everything's still wet.
You still have to mow.
I will mow. I do like mowing. I will mow.
You were going to mow.
I did, and I will, but it's not going to happen today either because it's supposed to rain.
It's supposed to rain all day today.
Yeah. So, but I will definitely mow. I actually really do enjoy mowing. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. I got my nails done. They look kind of red, but they also look burnt orange depending on the light.
Very autumn color.
They're very autumn color, and I love them. So I had picked a completely different color when I went in to get my nails done. And then the woman that was sitting beside me getting her nails done, she was trying to find like a burnt orange color, and they only had like 1 or 2 options. And this was one of the options. And she's like, I think I'll go with this one. And so they put it on her nails, and I kept looking over, and she like was smiling. She was like this older lady. She was really sweet. She just kept looking over at me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, that color is gorgeous. I love that color. And she went, oh, thanks so much, honey. I really like it. And I'm like, I think I'm going to do that color too. Mm-hmm. And she went, you should. It's really pretty. So my nail technician was like, are you going to do that color? I'm like, yes, please. So it may be my favorite color I've done so far. Because fall is my favorite. Oh.
Everything good? All right. I think
every episode he does this.
I think everything's good. He's the only one who takes his job seriously.
He takes his job super seriously. Bubs, we appreciate your dedication to this podcast.
Mm-hmm. Even if you come in at the end of the episode like last week, you still do it.
You still do it, and we appreciate it. Yes. We appreciate you, Bubs.
I appreciate it if you would get yourself comfy a little bit quicker.
I think that you are the VIP of this operation.
You are. We couldn't do this without you.
Actually, Definitely. He would probably be the VIC.
Very important cat.
Yes.
Very important cunt.
No.
Not bad.
He's the Vic.
Very important clam bake.
Mm-hmm. You are a very important clam bake. Books.
Very important coconut.
He is a coconut. Actually, if anybody's a coconut, it would be Finny, because we sing the Finny, Finny, coconut, Finny, Finny, raw to him.
So yeah, it was warm all last week. Mm-hmm. But you spent most of it on the couch feeling miserable.
Oh, I was so miserable.
So the heat didn't even help. But you're in the air conditioning all week for the most part.
I was still super hot, though.
Yeah.
I felt like I was sweltering.
I mean, you're always super hot. But...
Thanks, babe.
Mm-hmm. What is this?
So in the following weeks, I may look slightly different. I'm not getting anything done, and Lord knows I'm not going to lose weight, even though I want to. I have decided.
She have decided.
That I want to start learning how to use makeup and to wear makeup. I may just test it out and come and sit for the podcast. So if I look ridiculous, it's okay. I'm learning. But then I can see what it looks like. Because right now, like when you look in the mirror, it's a little different. So seeing it like on film might be different. So
So on top of the makeup that she's not going to wear, you also decided that you're going to start going to the gym that you're not going to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So she said tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
she's going to start going to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I was going to give myself the weekend to eat food and.
Yeah.
So
are you going to do any dieting on top of it or just gym?
I'm
What's
not
your
sure.
plan? Okay.
I think what I want to start doing like the first week or so is just track everything I eat just to see
Get an idea of where you're at.
where
your
I'm
baseline.
at, how many calories I typically take in, and then work to decrease that. I love Chinese food. Like, love Chinese food. I think I'm over Chinese food. Like, for real. I have had such bad experiences with Chinese food for so many times now that I think I'm going on a Chinese food hiatus.
Yeah.
Thai food still is not included, but I don't get Thai food very often because there aren't many places that are close by. And the only one that I've really, really enjoyed is in Altoona, and baseball season is over.
Yeah, you've not been enjoying Chinese for a while
For like the
now.
last year, like anytime I've gone it, maybe once or twice in the year, I'm like, oh, this isn't bad. But, and I mean, I've gone to multiple places. This isn't just like the same place. Like, I'm just not happy with it. And every time I eat it, it kind of makes me feel yucky. So it's just,
It might be time.
it might be time to cut that out. And even though I love nuggies,
I was just gonna say, but it doesn't work if you take a hiatus from Chinese to just supplement it with McDonald's.
so I love McDonald's chicken nuggets. They are the best chicken nuggets of any place. You don't eat nuggies, so you wouldn't know. Even those, like they taste really good still to me. They still kind of make me feel not great after I eat them.
Time for healthier eating.
I think it's time for healthier eating. I think I'm craving better food.
You're hitting where I was a few years back. Whenever everything just started upset my stomach and making me feel like shit every time we would eat out, and I'd be like, I don't want to eat out because it makes me feel like crap. Now you're getting it. Now you're there.
Yeah.
Because we would eat out and I would just feel miserable.
There's still certain places we can eat out that we don't feel miserable, but they're of course the more expensive places, but when we eat there, we're eating healthier-ish foods.
Healthier-ish, but still.
I mean, well, you figure like we go.
McDonald's is a pretty low bar for healthier food.
I'm not talking about there.
I know, but I'm just
okay.
You're saying we're just eating healthier food.
Yeah,
but we're comparing it to McDonald's, which is a pretty low bar.
No. So. But I mean, like when we go to like Eaton Park, I get the salad bar.
Yeah.
So I'm eating salads, which still aren't the best because I smother them in their ranch dressing and it's delicious. But it's still better than like eating a 10-piece nugget from McDonald's or, you know, a Whopper, whatever. And I was trying to convince you to come with me tonight so we could go out to eat for dinner tonight, but I was trying to bribe you with TGI Fridays because it's been
wings. Not wings. Ribs.
It's been a long time since we've eaten there.
It's been a really long time since we've eaten there. I wonder what their prices are like now because they're expensive to begin with.
We would know if we went.
Yeah.
So I took myself on an outing yesterday and went to Sephora, but to Sephora in a Kohl's because there's no Sephora stores anywhere near us, like actual Sephora.
Do they have
stores.
their own stores and places?
They do, but they're very few and far between.
I didn't know that they even did. I thought they were always just in someplace else.
No, I guess they actually do have, because the only ones I've ever been to have been in Kohl's and have been in JCPenney's. So, but they do have their own standalone stores. They're just like in bigger cities, like probably like Pittsburgh,
makes sense,
New York, stuff like that. But anyway, so I went to Kohl's to go specifically to Sephora because I wanted to get a color match for foundation that I want to start wearing. And the girl was really nice, and I ended up buying a few products there. And Aaron has been wearing man stink lately when we go and do things.
I had picked up
I don't even know what it is.
I don't even know what it is. I picked up a solid cologne a while back to try it. It was supposed to be like more natural, manlier scent and less like chemically smell and, like most colognes or stuff, and I got it. And I really liked it, and had been saving it for the longest time.
Special occasions
and outings, which we don't do. I saw someone say somewhere like, self-care is not saving the good stuff. Use the good stuff because life is too short to hold on to it for the special occasions. It's like, ah, fuck it. So anytime we do anything now,
basically
anytime
he leaves the house, like if we're going to
Still
go
isn't
grocery
very
shopping, if he doesn't wear it just around the house, but
oh,
anytime we leave the house, he puts it on and it smells so good.
all right.
And I've been really wanting a
Lady
signature. I've wanted lady stink. I've wanted a signature lady stink
Mm-hmm.
to do the same. Because now when I smell it, it makes like his cologne, it makes me happy. I think of him. It's very nice.
She doesn't like that I smell better.
That's not it at
You don't
all.
smell as bad as Gizzard.
Thanks.
She's so cute. Sorry. That's going to happen. That's going to have this entire episode as long as she's back there. She's right over my shoulder. She's, oh, she's so cute.
So I've been wanting a signature scent for a while. So while I was at Sephora, I'm like, oh, I'll look at perfume. And I found one that I loved the scent. I loved it. It was beautiful. And of course, they were out of the mini version and they were out of the smaller version. So I got the medium version, which was, we're not even going to discuss how much money it was.
Several.
And it was several dollars.
Monies.
Several monies. As soon as I got into the car, I sprayed it on my wrist. I only did one little spray, just sheep. And then I did one of these, and then I did on my neck. And it smelled great. And then I went and did a few other errands. And then I was on my way home. And on my way home, I'm like, oh, I'm starting to get a headache. And I don't know if this happens with anybody else, but when there's like a smell that I guess my body doesn't like, I feel like I can, like my throat almost feels like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not like I can't swallow or I can't breathe, but it's like, it feels like filmy, like there's something, I can't describe it, but it felt like that the rest of the night. And I had a headache the rest of the night and I kept getting whiffs of the perfume and I would be like, oh, I don't like that. I tried to wash it off, didn't wash off. Finally had to like take a shower and scrub as hard as I could to finally get it off. The underlying scent, like the initial scent was very fruity and lightly florally, and it was very pretty. What they don't tell you on their little key cards that say, you know, the scent, I looked it up because I'm like, what is it that's making me dislike this so much? The base scent, the scent that you smell the most of in the end is patchouli. And I
Girlfriend smelled like a dirty hippie.
can't do patchouli. But it wasn't just patchouli. It was patchouli mixed with something else because it didn't smell like straight hippie.
Didn't smell like straight
But
dirty hippie.
it was.
Girlfriend smelled like dirty hippie.
Yeah, it was not good.
And
So
her dirty hippie friend came over and was like, it smells nice. I'll rub some of that right on my Birkenstocks. You know who you are.
she doesn't like that scent though.
I know.
She also does not.
I'm talking shit.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. You can rub some of that patchouli stank on your Birkenstocks and live your best life.
No shade to anyone that actually wears Birkenstocks or likes the scent
No,
of patchouli.
no. Anybody that wears you're
just-
just her, just talking shit on her.
I can't do that smell. It's too strong. It upsets my stomach. I can't do it. So I have to go back out today to return it. And I want to go today because I'm filling out paperwork tomorrow for work.
Paperwork.
And I don't know when I'm going to start. So I want to go out tonight after we record this and then after I go to visit my grandma with my mom. So I'm trying to convince him to come with me so we can go get dinner out and maybe do a little shopping.
I have very important video games to play.
Then I'll go by myself.
And you
I'll
want to
take
go
myself
shoe
out to dinner.
shopping, and I just got shoes. I ordered the
I'll
new
just-
Converse. They're very nice. I like them.
I'll just go by myself.
Why are you sassing me?
I'm not. I don't mind going
What?
by myself.
Do you
I went
hear the
yesterday
sass?
and had a very lovely
Do you hear
time
the
by
sass?
myself.
Oh, Snow, you.
Yeah, now I don't even want you to go. Now I just want to go by myself.
I went by myself. It was very lovely.
It was. I had a lovely time by myself.
I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need no man to go shopping with me.
Nope. But I'll also take my own self to dinner and you'll have to be on your own.
She doesn't feed me anymore.
Nope.
She's just run with this.
I did forget I didn't buy lunch meat. I bought rotisserie chicken, so I have to make chicken salad. Hi.
That was Gizzard.
That shocked me.
I saw her coming. I was like, no.
Hi, little girl. Come
That was Gizzard. That was Gizzard's first appearance, I think. That wasn't me dragging her on camera.
That was Gizmo Duck.
And now she's over on the footstool where she usually
is.
curls up. So, but yes, that was Gizmo.
She's sitting very pretty.
She always sits very pretty.
I know.
Except whenever she was doing the yoga cleaning. That was something.
That was still pretty. She's very good at yoga. She's taking classes from me. She's been watching.
Yeah. Yeah, girlfriend got a taste of cleaning on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't like it.
Left a bad taste in my mouth.
I bet it did. Yeah, there was like 3 different times you're like, all right, we're done now. Like, no, this is a break.
I was like,
no,
what else is there to do? Because I didn't want to just jump in and start doing things because I didn't want to get you out of your.
And there's this.
Because he has like it down, like he has a routine that he does.
Yep.
So I didn't want to throw him off of that and confuse him. And I did a couple times because you're like, and now I'm going to do this. I'm like, I already did that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, she's cleaning the bitch slapper.
You're going to get it, buddy.
Somebody's going.
I don't know. Finnegan was getting it this morning, I think. I think she was chasing Finnegan around. We got a quote for our doors yesterday.
Yes.
Because our front door here, it's a steel door. Mm-hmm. And the bottom of it's rusting out real bad.
And it's been freezing in the winter.
And I always sit here and stare at the rust as it slowly wanders its way up the door every time we record because it's like right there. So we're getting that one replaced. And the one in the basement is just sketchy.
I could probably just kick it down if I felt like
it. I feel like it, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're looking at getting 2 doors replaced on top of the bathroom. We still haven't stopped to talk about the shed.
Yeah, we still haven't stopped to talk about the shed with the person yet. That'll probably...
Never happen again.
No, it'll definitely happen because it's definitely something we're going to do. We're still waiting.
Like you said about kicking the door down in the basement, I feel like I could walk out and just kick the shed and it'll just fall over.
Oh, yeah. It's probably in worse shape than the door.
Oh, absolutely. The door on this shed isn't.
I don't know how it's still on.
I'm not. It's hanging.
It might be
by
hanging
like
on
one screw
by the lock,
one hinge. Yeah,
it's holding it to the other door. It's bad.
It's real. So it was like not great, then just went to shit.
Yeah, it was not great when we moved in.
Yeah,
and then it was like it just kind of continued to not be great. And then all of a sudden it was just like, no, I'm done. I'm done. Like, just put me out of my misery. I'm out.
It's got a big soft spot in the back corner because they used to put the mower. Well, we found the mower back in that corner. And there was just a pile of wet grass underneath it.
Wet, old, and moldy. It was bad.
The floors just rotted out underneath it. So it's been here since before we got the house. It was here
well before, yeah.
So it's time. It's time for a new.
It's time for a new one. And we are going to get one. We'll just... Yeah. I mean, they're not open.
We found one we really like.
Yeah. So maybe tomorrow after I fill paperwork out. Yeah. Looking forward to getting that done. Still going to get the bathroom done. Haven't
still nothing
got the tub surround yet. Yeah. Every time I check the email, it says that it's in progress. So.
And she won't call.
They're going to tell me the same thing.
Maybe.
I don't know where it is.
What hell? Like you said, it wasn't. We haven't done much this week.
Yeah, it wasn't very productive. No. It wasn't very.
We did start on. We went through the old thumbnails for season 1, figured out what pictures went to which thumbnails, and got those organized so we could start redoing new thumbnails for the YouTubes. So I think that was the big hurdle. Getting the organization, everything there. Now, once I set up, I have a template for the thumbnails. So now it's just kind of slotting them in and lining up the title with the thumbnail and then making the video out of it. So
yeah.
That was the big hurdle, is getting that taken
It should be up.
So we should be able to get that
shortly-ish. By the end of the month.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'd say by the end of the month. Before we go on vacation.
Yeah.
We're going to have to record something for...
We are. I was going to do that
put in that weekend.
While you're off, but...
We can still do
it. There was a lot. I had a lot of plans for this past week. We didn't get any of them done.
I mean, I can ask her if I can start next week and have one more week off.
I'm just saying. It's just
we can get done because it might actually work to our benefit if I ask her if it's okay if I wait another week, just so we can go deal with the shed and go
knock out some of the stuff that we wanted.
Knock out some of the other stuff we wanted to do because I just wasn't feeling up to it. Yeah. I'm sure she said whenever you want to start, as soon as you want to start, whenever. So I mean, I could even be like, I'll start when we get back from vacation. And she'll be like, great. But I'll just be like, can I start off fresh next Monday?
Maybe.
And then that gives us a week to just kind of get some stuff done.
Or that.
Because I wasn't really going to start truly, officially, really searching for a job until we got back from vacation anyway.
Yeah, that was going to be the original plan. Then this just kind of...
And this kind of fell in my lap, and it was too good of an opportunity not to take it, so...
Yeah, we'll get all that straightened out. We'll get all that figured out. It just wasn't a very productive week. Nobody's fault. I'm not going to point fingers at anybody.
I mean, it was my fault.
Okay, it's totally your fault.
But
try to pull it together next week.
Don't worry. You have a couple weeks.
Yeah. I've been doing Final Fantasy roulette streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I moved those. I got those all like I went through and got like new thumbnails done for them, and got chapters put in for each of the different duties that I do and
Duty.
duties, and got those started, and then did the one on Thursday, and now they have their own folder and stuff. So I like set all that up, which I was pretty happy about. And then yesterday I just spent all day working on main story quest line. It was my brain was a little melty by the end of the day.
Yeah, when he came to bed, he's like, my brain's a little melty.
Yeah, there's a lot of cutscenes, a lot of story, a lot of
What
stuff
game are you
crammed
playing
in there.
today? Is it going to be the other one?
No,
You wanted to finish.
really close to the end of the post Shadowbringers
Why don't...
patches, so I want to finish that. And I know that looking at the list, there's not a lot.
But it's going to be
There's
a
going
lot.
to be so many. Is it going to be just a shit ton of cutscenes? And that's why last night I did that last dungeon before we went to bed, and that was the last dungeon for all of them. And then the rest of it, I'm pretty sure the rest of it's just going to be cutscenes and setting everything up for the Walker
next,
expansion. Yeah. So it's going to be cutscene. So it's going to be like sitting up there and watching a movie for however long it is.
I'll go, and I'll bring
Why are you sassing me?
OG home for dinner.
Why are you sassing me? I was trying to think what the original gangster of food was. What's
No,
OG of?
the true OG of food, Olive Garden. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We
There's
have-
a lot of that right now. We'll see.
There's a lot of we'll see, but
We have so
unfortunately,
much-
that
we're
means
juggling so much
I'm
stuff up in the air.
definitely going today to return it because I need to return it because I spent way too much money on a perfume that makes me nauseous. So I'm not keeping it. I am going to visit Grandma beforehand
Punch her.
with the mama. I'm not punching Grandma. I had some messed up dreams about her last night. I didn't
About
like
punching
it.
her?
No,
About her punching you? No. About her punching other people?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about all the people that Grandma punched.
Grandma doesn't punch.
She was out punching hobos and shit.
She was
She was a hobo vanquisher of hobos.
vanquisher of hobos.
Yep, with her little cape and her mask. Picture it. 101-year-old woman in a cape and mask punching hobos. No offense to any hobos that are out there. We're sure you're very, very nice, and we don't wish any violence against you unless it comes from her grandma.
Grandma's so sweet. She would never.
Okay. She'd tell them off.
Oh, now she would. Yeah.
Oh,
Man, she hit.
She
hit like 99, and my sweet innocent grandma went like.
She talks so much shit.
She talks so much smack now.
Man.
It's crazy.
And she doesn't always wear her hearing aids,
She
so
doesn't
she'll
wear
be
them
talking
like
shit real fucking loud.
It's like grandma's shush.
That's great. Sitting at a restaurant, and she's not happy with the wait staff, and the wait staff fucking know it. She doesn't know that they know because she thinks that she's whispering.
Yeah.
It's something. It's definitely something.
She's adorable. I love her.
There has been so many, I don't know where it's coming from, but there's been so many posts in the headphone subreddit about, can headphones dent your head in a permanent way? Like, no.
My local gas station has to put a sign in the milk section because people open the milk to put it in their coffee and then put it back. So there's a big sign on the door of the cooler with the milk that says, "Do not take milk for your coffee and not pay for it. That is stealing."
The people that are doing that don't care.
Everybody would know that that's stealing.
Yeah.
You can't open up a fresh gallon of milk to put in your coffee at a convenience store and then leave.
The only thing that might do is they're like, oh, they know that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
That might be the only thing, but they're not going to be like, well, son of a bitch, I was not aware. No, that's not going to be the thing.
What is your if I won the lottery purchase?
$60,000 headphones?
Not a wall base,
I mean, probably.
but your first thing would be a $60,000.
I would probably get that quicker
headphone.
than the wall base.
True.
And it'd be significantly more expensive, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$60,000.
Sennheiser HE1s. I just want to hear them.
They're genuinely $60,000.
We've been down this road.
60,000?
I think you've blocked
I think
it.
I do. What would my if I won the lottery purchase be? What would my first purchase be?
Why do you always ask me these questions?
Because I'm trying to, I'm saying it out loud, not necessarily asking you.
You always ask me these questions.
I
don't know.
Okay, if I won the lottery, I was going to say like a house, like a vacation home somewhere, like a house at Deep Creek Lake, but not how it is now. I want it back in the day. So maybe buy the entire lake and kick everyone out.
Yeah, we'll probably get a wall base. Black hardware, fast string.
My first purchase would be a shed
Shed,
and
yes.
updating the kitchen.
Updating the kitchen would be
I
cool,
would.
yeah.
I want the kitchen to. I want the house to be expanded a bit though, because I want my kitchen to be bigger.
That's not going to be a thing.
Why?
Because it's a stone house.
So, if I won the lottery, somebody could figure it out.
Yeah, it would look terrible.
You look terrible.
I do look terrible.
Shut up.
That'd be your first purchase whenever you won the lottery.
What?
Replacement boyfriend.
Absolutely
That
not.
doesn't look so silly. I'm really lame with the lottery thing.
I mean, I was too. I'm gonna update my kitchen and buy a shed. And then just buy like little things. Like if I see something in a store and I'm like, oh, that would be, I can just get it.
We do that now.
Yeah, but not have any second thoughts.
Buy a house for our cats.
I was thinking buy more cats. So buy a house to have more cats.
We'll get one of those fancy sheds with the door and the porch and everything.
And then have it be the cat sanctuary.
Have it connected to the house so the cats could go back and forth. But yeah, just have it filled full of like hammocks and cat trees and all kinds of other things. And just a big old playhouse for kitty cats.
Yeah. I think I would buy grandma a 1-story ranch and then hire someone to be her like live-in nurse, maybe hire a cook for not only her but for us, so I don't have to
I was
cook.
gonna say I might have to hire myself a cook. Maybe they'll feed me.
I want to hire a cook so I don't have to cook, or even a cook to teach me how to cook. I'd be cool with that too, because I don't mind cooking if I know what I'm doing. So that would be something I would do too.
Am I the asshole for telling my daughter that life doesn't stop for others because hers isn't going well?
No.
I have 3 kids, and my daughter, 27 female, hasn't had the best luck in her romantic life. She's gotten cheated on many times, and her previous relationships were unhealthy. I also believe she's in a toxic relationship with her current boyfriend. My nieces and nephews, along with my other kids, are all happily married, some starting their own families. It was my sister's birthday recently, and she and her husband had planned the trip for the family. She helped with expenses if needed, but for the most part, everybody paid for themselves. My daughter was the only one going by herself. We did things as family, but there were times when we split up to do something with just our partners. So sometimes my daughter was by herself or basically being a third wheel. At the end of the trip, my daughter complained to me about how she hated going on the trip, that she felt like it was a cruel joke that she was there by herself and that the others should not have shown affection to their partners when she was around. This is not the first time she complained about something like this. She's done it after holidays and birthdays as well. I'll admit I'm tired of my daughter complaining about this, so I told her that just because her life isn't going well doesn't mean others have to stop living theirs. She hasn't talked to me since, and that was almost 2 weeks ago. My husband is on my side, but I'm worried I'll lose my daughter. Am I the asshole?
No, absolutely not.
No, your daughter is suffering from some main character syndrome.
Yeah.
Man. Everybody else should stop being happy because I'm not happy. Or just don't be happy around me.
Why didn't she just bring a friend? Then she'd have somebody to hang out with.
Maybe she doesn't have any friends either.
Maybe not. Well, with that attitude, I don't.
Yeah. There were a couple edits. She was allowed to bring a friend. Edit 2. My daughter isn't single. She has a boyfriend. I mean, you go all kinds of places without your boyfriend.
She definitely has main character syndrome and thinks that everything should revolve around her. And I think that, I'm assuming it was the mother that wrote in. I think the mother had every right to say that to her daughter because that's ridiculous.
It's really weird because it goes in both directions. Like the top comment, why would you plan couples activities on a trip if not everyone was in a couple? She's 27 for crying out loud, still pretty young. Her complaining about people showing affection is ridiculous, but have you stopped to think about how she might have felt on this trip? But she's not single.
It's not even that. It's not, I don't think that it's people breaking up doing couple things. I think when you go on vacation, I feel like almost everybody tends to do something with like the person they went with. When we go on vacation with my family, you and I go on our own to go do things. My parents will go and do things. Like siblings just go and do things. So she either could have taken a friend, could have taken her boyfriend, or go have a pool day by yourself. Like go hang out by the pool.
Yeah.
Go have somebody, like go with somebody and then have them drop you off at like a coffee shop and have yourself a coffee. Like do your own thing. There's nothing, like I used to be afraid to like go and do my own thing and go out and like, now I like enjoy it. Not like all the time. Sometimes, you know, I don't always want to go out by myself, but you're on your own time schedule. You don't have to worry about if the other person's bored or if the other person doesn't want to do something. You just kind of go and you do your own thing. I've even taken myself out to lunch before and just sat and eaten by myself, and I'm not afraid of doing that. It's kind of nice to be able to be comfortable with yourself and be like,
And it makes everything else so much better.
It makes everything so much better.
Yeah, if you're not comfortable with yourself, then it's something that you should work towards. You should always being comfortable in your own skin, being comfortable by yourself with yourself makes everything else better.
Yeah.
It's like a good foundation to build all of your other relationships on top of.
100%.
Don't depend on other people for your entertainment.
Or your happiness.
Yeah. Or your comfort.
Yeah. Like,
become self-reliant to begin with, and then you'll have a base, and then it's hard for anybody else to disappoint you too much because you always have yourself to fall back on.
I think people are still going to disappoint you.
Yeah.
But still, you have to be...
It's going to be harder for other people to ruin experiences.
Because people might suck and you might be like, oh man, that was shitty. But then you can be like, you can turn it around and be like, well, just because they suck doesn't mean that I can't still enjoy this situation or opportunity. Granted, maybe they should have taken more thought about, like, she was by herself. Maybe somebody could have come up with an activity, but it sounds like they all did stuff together too, the whole time. It might have been like one day that they decided to go and do their own thing. I don't know.
And it's all of them. Why should everybody, like he said, everybody else shouldn't change all their plans just because of her. That's not fair to everybody else. And it's like, the greater good.
The greater good.
It just struck me as odd that the top comment was,
well, you should have. She was 27 years old. And it doesn't even matter how old if she was young, like if she was like a young teenager, that's one thing. Because she wouldn't be able to drive. She wouldn't be able to go and take herself to do things, whatever. But after you're like 18, 19, 20 years old, you're an adult. Heck, I'm pretty sure like when my siblings were even under 18, like Shay would have been more than happy to have my family go off and do their own thing, and Shay would have been like, yeah, I'm chilling at home by myself, I'm cool.
Yeah, Shay's always been pretty self-sufficient and like happy and self-aware and good in her own. She's always felt good in her own skin and kind of been her own person, and it's taken me longer. I don't feel bad for the kid. No.
She's not even a kid, she's 27.
27, yeah.
I mean, I feel bad that she's in a shitty relationship. I hope she can get herself out of it. But it's not your family's responsibility. It's not anyone else's responsibility to make sure that you take care of yourself and, make yourself happy. They shouldn't have to baby you and coddle you because you decided to go on the trip by yourself.
Am I the asshole for telling my son he has to wear clothes?
No.
My son, male, 19.
I would assume. Yeah, go ahead.
Loves to just wear underwear in his room for whatever reason.
Ow, 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 ow. He was sliding and he had his claws out in his back paw and it was on my shoulder.
He'll throw on his shirt and pants if he has to step out to go to the bathroom, come to the kitchen, talk to anybody, etc. But otherwise, he's just in his underwear. I, 48 male, have told him multiple times that I dislike this and that he has to wear clothes in case his mom or I have to come into his room. He says that if we start knocking, he'll throw something on and then I'll be okay. I told him he still has to wear clothes, and then he made another excuse and said it was too hot. In the summer, I tend to set the thermostat to around 85 or 87 to save money. I turn it down to around 80 to 82 once the sun goes down because then it takes less energy. He says that it makes him sweat when he's just sitting around not doing anything. And I rejoined by saying, if it's so hot, go spend a couple hours outside, see if it still feels hot. We live in Oklahoma and it routinely gets up to 100 in the summers. He rolled his eyes at this and we just kept arguing. I'm wondering now if I'm the asshole. You are such the asshole.
You are such the asshole. First of all, he's in his own bedroom and he's wearing underwear. And when he leaves his room, he throws on shorts and a shirt. So he's wearing clothes everywhere other than his own personal space.
Yep.
You, sir, are a huge asshole.
Yes.
Not to mention you're a huge, huge asshole. Who fucking keeps the thermostat to 80 something?
Well, that seems absolutely ridiculous here. That's absolutely ridiculous anywhere.
80.
That's pretty. 85 to 87.
That's insane.
Yeah. He turns it down to 80 overnight. That's a lot. Even the top comment is, you're the asshole. Huge one. 1, he's not naked around the house. 2, why do you actually care? 3, bold. 87 degrees in the summer is torturous. And 4, your ridiculous temperature requirements are the reason he's wearing only underwear in the first damn place. You want him to get dressed, keep the house a humane temperature.
Yeah, it's like inhumane.
That's a whole lot.
That's insane.
I, 54 female, would seriously consider divorcing or hospitalizing my husband because he had lost his mind immediately if he's at the house temp at 85 degrees in the middle of the winter. In the summer, what the fuck? If it's above 67 in the summer, we have a serious problem.
See, like even in the winter, I agree. 87, even in the winter, that's insane.
That's a whole lot.
He's probably the dude, though, because he's trying to conserve energy. He probably keeps it like 37 in the winter.
But that's the trade-off. I mean, if you want to keep it warmer, then you wear less clothes.
He's wearing clothes. He's wearing underwear. It's not like he's walking around naked all the time.
He's not walking around the house with everything just.
And honestly, if he wanted to sit around his own bedroom with the door closed naked, he should be allowed to. It's his space.
Yep. You're getting a little overboard with the my house, my rules.
That is ridiculous.
Okay. And the answer is not
85 fucking degrees.
The answer is not go outside and see how hot it feels then. Like, no, just fucking.
Yeah.
He's not hurting anybody.
And if he went outside and sat outside, he could probably put on like boxers or like swim trunks, and he could go sit outside and no one would say a fucking thing.
Yep.
But he can't sit in his own bedroom in his underwear.
He could probably go outside in his underwear.
He could. No one's going to say anything.
Yeah, he's covered. I mean, maybe, depending. But you know.
I mean, depending on what kind of underwear he wears. I mean, if he's wearing like... I was even going to say if he wears like a Speedo, but people wear Speedos out to like public pools. Guys can get away with wearing basically nothing better than girls can.
Well...
Guys aren't going to be as judged.
Yeah.
Girls might get gawked at or but judged by whatever. You know what I mean. But
I know what you mean.
No, he is...
Totally the asshole.
Huge asshole.
Such an asshole.
Huge asshole.
Either turn down the temperature or let him.
Even if they turn down the temperature, if he's still hot, he has every right to sit in his own bedroom.
I mean, this is what I'm saying. Is
what parent would feel freaked out by seeing their son in his underwear?
But this is a problem of his own making, is what I'm getting.
Oh, 100%.
Like if it wasn't so ridiculously hot in the house,
why? It would be different if it was like a dad going into his daughter's room and his daughter was in like her bra and underwear. But I can't imagine like if I walked into my brother's bedroom growing up and he was just sitting around in his underwear, I'd be like, you're ridiculous. And then that would be the end of it. And we'd have our conversation. It's underwear. And the only reason it would be awkward for a girl to do it would be because society makes us think that it's wrong. But you're still covered. It shouldn't matter. Got me fired up.
Yeah, it did.
That was not cool, man. How dare you make that boy suffer?
Am I the asshole for telling my roommate it's his fault he doesn't get laid?
Yes. No.
I, 24 male, have been living with my roommate, Simon, 29 male, for about a year. I'm not in a relationship, but I occasionally bring one-night stands into our flat, which Simon explicitly told me he is okay with when we moved in together. That being said, I try not to bother him with excessive noises, and any sexual activity is limited to my bedroom only.
As it should be.
But I don't make a secret of having someone over, e.g. I offer breakfast the next morning, and sometimes Simon is already awake by the time the person leaves. Just recently, Simon has started becoming increasingly hostile towards me whenever I have someone over. He is incredibly rude and condescending to any person I hook up with, and has barged into my room in the morning, demanding I help him with something, causing my aunts to leave in a hurry.
One night stand,
yes. When I asked whether something was bothering him, he told me that he was fed up with guys like me stealing girls from guys like him.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I asked what he meant by that, and he said that it's always players who get all the girls, and he is left with nothing. He tends to stay home on the weekends, and whenever he meets up with someone, it's usually to play video games with one of his friends. So I think it's fair to say that he isn't really trying to meet new people. I offered that he could come with me the next time I go if he wanted to get in contact with someone, but he turned down the idea because nice, shy guys like him don't have a chance with girls anyways. I then asked how exactly he expects to meet someone if he never goes out. He works remotely, never really leaves our flat apart from shopping, and as far as I know, doesn't do online dating. He got defensive and told me that he didn't want one of the sluts I was picking up at the club anyway.
Oh my God.
And that he wanted a girl who preferred staying at home so he wouldn't find one at a bar either way.
So you're going to find her in her own home?
I told him that he should stop blaming other people for his inability to find a date when he is not giving anybody the opportunity to even meet him, and that he can't expect women to randomly find him and ask him out, when there is no way for anyone to know he even exists. He called me an asshole because it's easy for me to make assumptions, and that it's always fuck boys who pretend dating is so easy when they're the ones preventing the good guys from having a chance with girls. Your roommate is an incel.
Read that last line again, please.
It's easy for me to make assumptions, and there's always fuckboys who pretend dating is so easy when they're the ones preventing the good guys from having a chance with girls.
Okay, preventing the good guys from having a chance with girls, but he already referred to all of the girls that his roommate is with as sluts.
Exactly. That's what the top comment
So-
says. You're taking all the girls he doesn't want anyways.
You're literally
Yeah.
using up all of the sluts that he doesn't want. First of all, you are not a slut if you have one night stands. That is not something that I would ever want to do, but you're not a slut. Slut shaming is not cool. You do you. Second of all,
Or you do other people.
or
Doesn't
you do
matter.
other people.
whatever want.
You do whatever you want as long as it's consensual.
Yep.
You do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Simon needs to get his shit
Yeah,
together.
Simon sucks. Simon's an incel. Simon is there's
Simon says Simon is dumb. Simon says, get it?
Yep.
Haha.
Mm-hmm.
I was proud of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Simon says Simon needs to get a life. He is an insecure boy who's never grown up.
And just blaming
And
everybody else. for his
Blames
problems.
everybody else for his own problems because he doesn't want to take the steps to find.
Well,
He probably doesn't even really want
no,
to.
no. It's everybody else's fault because then he doesn't have to take responsibility for it. As soon as he would admit that he is responsible, that it's
Then
his
it's
fault,
his fault.
then he has to do something to change. But it's easier to just be like, oh
put the
no,
blame
it's
on
just
somebody else.
it's just the sluts and the fuck boys, and it's not me.
But
it's
you're
them.
keeping all of the good women away from me
Yeah, by banging the sluts.
by banging the sluts.
Yeah, it's some mental gymnastics to arrive.
He's
there.
feeling sorry for himself, and
No, I don't think he's feeling sorry for himself. This is probably just how he thinks.
that's really sad.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's straight up. This is straight up incel
Wow,
talking. Like
yeah, that's pretty bad.
and he's probably not feeling bad for himself. It's probably almost a pride thing.
Yeah, you're
Like, he's
probably
proud of
right.
being
He's
how he is. That's
probably
everybody else's
thinks that
fault,
he's
yeah.
all in the right, and it's his.
That's why I say, like, the
roommate's
good
fault, it's
guys.
everybody- Yeah, because he's the good
He's
guy.
the good guy. So yeah, it's everybody else's fault. He's the good guy. It's not feeling bad for himself.
Simon, I
It's
have news for you.
no, bro.
You're not the good guy.
Yep.
It's 100% your fault.
Yep.
You 100% need to take ownership for your own life and make the changes that you want to see happen. Your roommate is allowed to have girls over, and they're not sluts. I'm a girl. I'm not a slut. I'm the kind of girl you want, and I'm telling you right now,
She doesn't know what she's
do
doing.
better.
Am I the asshole for asking a stranger to tone down her conversation in front of my kid? Yes.
No.
For context, we live in the southeastern U.S. Today, my son, 8, asked to go to Waffle House for lunch to celebrate an achievement. We, my husband, son, and I, sat in a booth adjacent to 3 late 20s, early 30s women who had just sat down before us, with my back to their booth and my son and husband across from me. We ordered and are enjoying our food, and they are having an energetic conversation behind us. Not crazy loud, but loud enough for the 3 of us to hear them, and for me to cringe every time the woman facing our table dropped the F-bomb. After a while, I became uncomfortable with my kiddo hearing this conversation. I turned around in my seat and quietly asked him to please stop saying fuck in front of my son. The woman facing our table leaned forward and asked me to repeat myself. I did. She then responds that we are in a public space and that she has kids too. Then, as this was happening, the waitress serving both of our tables came by to check on them, and she complained to the waitress that I was being rude. I turned back to my table, requested to-go boxes from the waitress, and didn't say anything further to the party behind me. I could certainly hear them talking about how offended they were, and commenting that next time we should go to IHOP, I guess because it's more family-friendly. I was flabbergasted. I was expecting them to laugh it off, not get prickly that I had the audacity to make such a request. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
But not the asshole.
But not really.
Kind of the asshole. I think I was all prepped and prepared to be like, you're totally the asshole. But
I wish I would know exactly how it was stated to them.
yeah, some of that is not exactly how it went down.
It's 100%
damn well
not
it is.
exactly how it went
But
down.
all we have to go by is what she said. If she really just turned around and asked them
Politely to please stop
tone
saying
it down,
the F word.
if she turned around, politely asked them, and they declined, so then she asked for to go and left.
That would be fine.
Yeah, I see no problem with all that. I think everybody here was kind of an asshole.
I agree. I think everybody was kind of the asshole because if you're going to have a conversation with friends and you're in a public place, if you're going to swear, like I swear, but I'm not going to say it loudly so other people can hear. You know what I mean? Like in a conversation, I don't know how loud they were being really either, because she said they weren't being really loud. They were just, I take a look at my surroundings before I'm going to like really go off. Or if I'm going to swear, I'm going to say it like quietly to the people I'm with. I'm not going to like, I don't know.
As the flip coin to that.
Okay.
Cuss like a sailor no matter where I'm at. I have very little filter. To the point where my friend Paul has several children. Mm-hmm. And they have all been trained from an early age to not repeat anything I say because 90% of it is not repeatable in polite company.
Yes. Yeah, they don't ask Aaron to keep himself.
Because I can't.
No, they
I probably could.
You could, and you do.
It slips.
You really do. But sometimes it slips. So the kids are just told from a very young age, you don't repeat anything that Aaron says.
If you are taking your kid into public, people might swear around them.
The way she makes it sound is they were dropping the F-bomb over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm torn because I don't necessarily know that they should have had to appease the woman just because she didn't want her kid to hear it. But at the same time, there's a young kid nearby. They shouldn't maybe be that animated with it. I mean, kids are going to hear swear words anywhere.
Exactly. The kid knows what those words mean. He's
100%. 8. He's 8. He knows what they mean.
He's heard those words before, and he's going to hear those words again. This would be
asked to be moved.
No, this would be an excellent teaching opportunity.
That's true. That actually is true.
The truth of the matter is that the kid's not offended. She is.
Yeah. No, it's a very good teaching opportunity. She could, once they get into the car, she could be like, I could think of ways that she would probably say it, which probably wouldn't be a great way to teach a kid. She could say that it was vulgar. She could say, whatever she felt like saying to let her kid know that it.
Or she could be like, look, you don't want to talk like that because you'll grow up to be a slut at clubs that go home with fuck boys.
And then make their roommate Simon pissy.
Yes. So you don't want that.
I agree. She could have used it as a teaching moment, or
I don't think
you have to let people do their own thing. But
I don't think it was handled necessarily poorly, but I don't think it was handled well either by either side.
Because if somebody actually felt that certain, see, and that's another thing, because there's some people that like some Karens that will take things way out of control. But if I'm doing something or saying something that other people around me that I don't know are hearing or seeing, and it offends them in any way, and they would tell me, I would apologize, most likely, depending on what it is. And I would stop doing that. And then it would kind of be a teaching moment for me, like, hey, I need to check myself, because that might not have been how I want people to perceive me. But at the same time, it really depends on what you're doing. Like if you're sitting eating ice cream and somebody's like, hey, you're fat, you shouldn't eat ice cream, you're grossing my kid out, because people do stuff like that, then fuck you.
Top comment has something that neither one of us is thinking about.
Okay.
You're the asshole. It's the awful waffle. You're lucky if a third of the clientele in there is sober. It is a Waffle House. And like the last thing, go to an IHOP because it's more friendly.
We don't have any of those around here, so I don't really know.
There's a lot of people, that's exactly what I'm thinking. No one sober goes to Waffle House on purpose. Kind of the same with IHOP and Denny's.
It depends what time they went. If you're going at noon, like for lunch.
In the middle of the day, you can find sober people in IHOP and Denny's. But at Waffle House, it's always drunk o'clock. Apparently Waffle House
we don't have any around us, so we don't know. So, but if that is...
I go sober, but only if I'm hungover.
Okay, so you're either going drunk or hungover. So you're going to be feeling like shit.
They keep comparing us kind of like to a Denny's, and we have a Denny's nearby. When was the last time you were at Denny's?
I couldn't tell you.
I haven't been to a Denny's since my drinking days. And there's one comment sums it up. You don't go to Denny's, you end up at Denny's. I don't think I've ever been with anyone who's like, hey, we should go to Denny's. It's still like, hey, Denny's is still open.
No, I've gone with somebody, hey, we should go to Denny's, but I think it's because it was the only place around.
You ended up there.
Yeah.
Exactly, same thing.
Nobody's ever like, hey, let's go to Denny's.
Yeah, you don't go to a Denny's. Okay.
No, that's true. That makes sense.
Put it this way, that puts into more perspective. That'd be like going to a bar for wings and telling people not to be drunk.
Yeah.
It's not appropriate to criticize people's language in public. It's just a word. Your child will be okay.
And that is also true. It's how you, like, I don't think of swear words as really swearing because I use them as just words. Like, I don't think of them as I'm being vulgar or bad.
But anytime that you confront somebody to change their behavior in any way for yourself, for your benefit, you should always expect some pushback.
100%.
That's a big ask.
That's a big ask.
Even if it doesn't seem that big, like, oh, could you stop saying the fuck word around my son? That doesn't seem like a big deal to you, but that
You're telling somebody to not express themselves in a way that
Yeah.
they might do. So you're asking someone to change who they are while you're around.
And if you had asked me, I would probably flat out tell you I can try, but I cannot guarantee anything.
I don't know how you would respond if somebody. I know how you would. So if we were in that situation, but not with the kid, if we were like the people that were swearing at the table, I would have been like, "Oh my God, we're really sorry," and then we would have tried to, tone it down.
I rarely put myself in a situation where I would come into this.
Yeah, we don't do stuff like we don't really. It's
kind of
when we're out to dinner, we don't typically swear though. Like
it's a double-handed thing too, because I don't have much of a filter because I don't go places where I have to have a filter.
And that's the thing. Like you really do kind of have a filter though, because when we go out, like we're not like screaming.
I don't have a filter.
Places.
I just stop talking.
Well, that is also
That's my
that
filter.
is also true.
If
that
nothing's
is your
coming
filter.
out, I don't have to filter it.
Gizzard, does the word
fuck? Let him eat the fucking waffles. Fuck.
Gizzard, does the word fuck offend you?
Fuck your kid. Fuck your child. They fucking know the fucking word already. Fuck. Just fucking eat the fucking waffles.
Well, this is the fucking episode.
Fuck. Fuck. Fuckity fuck. Fuck. Fuck.
Sorry, Mama.
Fuck. 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 Fuck.
Mama doesn't like swear words.
You
don't typically. Okay, stop.
Fuck.
You don't typically swear when we're at my parents' house. I mean, sometimes you do, but you don't like.
I think you're too used to my swearing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't swear at people.
No.
And I think that's the difference in swear words. I think when we say the bad words, we use it in like everyday conversation.
Yeah.
So it's not really a swear. Does that make sense?
No, I totally get what you're saying.
And
yeah.
like
it's all about
it's all
delivery.
about it's all about delivery and how you're using it. Like you could turn any word into a swear word if you're being a jackass and you're saying it at someone.
Yep.
I don't swear at people.
Yeah, it's all about inflection and tone.
Like I don't use those words at someone.
Usually, I don't know if you've noticed this, but usually whenever I start getting angry, my language cleans up
It does.
real quick.
100%.
My vocabulary comes out.
Yeah.
It's real weird.
It's very weird.
It's really weird. Because most people start getting it and then they just fuck, shit ass, fuck, and all the swearing just stops. As soon as I start getting angry.
Well, this gentleman is infuriating.
I think it's all of my years of dealing with the public and dealing with like all the stuff like that. So I'll just get pissed off and I'll like, okay, don't swear, can't swear, don't swear, don't. And you always like when things are getting shitty, you always get further. What's the old saying? You do better with honey than you do with vinegar. And like you read some of my emails to different places that have upset me, my messages and stuff.
You're so kind.
I can say, I say fuck most eloquently.
You can. He can say fuck you, but make it sound so very elegant and eloquent and just lovely.
Yes.
Like, wow, you just very politely told them to go fuck themselves.
Most people start getting angry and then it's all swear
Then
words.
it's all swear words. But we don't swear like that.
No. It's just like whenever you eat, you just throw a little bit of salt on there. I just throw a little bit of swears in there. So
yeah,
it's
just
seasoned
seasoned with swears.
Yeah, seasoning. Yeah. I like to also like with the fine chefs of the world, they like to create their own masterpieces. So I like to put swears together and come up with my own.
He does
my own new and interesting swears. So I'm trying to turn it into an art form. They say language can be an art form, so I'm trying to turn swearing into my own personal.
Is that what?
Yeah, it's my personal fucking vernacular.
All right, there you go. Well, there you have it.
There you have it.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yes.
Thanks for listening.
Yes.
I think we should just end it on that note. That was just a perfect way.
Just fucking end it right fucking there.
That was a perfect fucking way to end it.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Cunts.